New York. The trial of R. Kelly's manager opened Tuesday on charges that he forced the cancellation of a screening of a documentary about the singer's sexual abuse of women and girls by calling in a threat to the crowded Manhattan theater. Assistant U.S. Attorney Lara Pomerantz told jurors that Donnell Russell made a terrifying brief phone call in December 2018 from his Chicago home to the theater, claiming that someone with a gun was planning to fire on the crowd watching Lifetime Surviving her. The defendant wanted to keep the women quiet, Pomerantz said in Manhattan federal court. She added that Russell was motivated by a desire to protect the lucrative career of the Grammy-winning, multi-platinum selling songwriter. Defense attorney Michael Friedman told jurors that they would exonerate Russell if they study the evidence. He said there was no recording of the phone threat, so jurors cannot hear the voice that made it. But he added that there was not enough evidence to prove Russell committed a crime. Adrian Krasnicki, who worked at the 25th Street venue, testified that he received the threatening call less than an hour after a man claiming to be part of Kelly's legal team called and said the documentary was violating Kelly's copyright to his name and should not be shown. He said the caller had a low, professional-sounding voice. Krasnicki said the later call consisted of a deep-voiced man with a slang tone, like a thug, saying in a very serious and very blunt manner that someone had a gun and they were going to shoot up the place. He said he also thought the caller was outdoors when he made the threat. Pomerantz said Russell demonstrated his guilt in part through his communications with the female co-conspirator who was at the theater at the time. Pomerantz said phone records to be introduced as evidence will show that Russell called the theater 9 times on the day of the screening. In a separate Kelly-related case, a fan of the performer pleaded not guilty Wednesday in Brooklyn federal court to charges he made threats against prosecutors in Kelly's sex abuse trial. Court papers cite a video of defendant Christopher Gunn saying, "If Kelts goes down, everybody's going down." A message was left with Gunn's lawyer seeking comment. Associated Press writer Tom Hayes contributed to this story.